Hi, I'm Mikkel Becker, and I'm here with Andrea and her sweet dog, Mia. As sweet as Mia is, she's not always that sweet when it comes to seeing other dogs on leash. In fact, she likes to bark and lunge at other dogs passing by. For dogs like Mia that like to square up and face off to other dogs on leash, one of the best behaviors you can teach is a willing turn away from the other dog. A lot of dogs that react to other dogs on leash are actually uncomfortable, and a good offense can be their best defense. They want space, and they think aggressive reactions are the best way to get space. Teaching the dog to willingly turn away rewards them with space from the uncomfortable situation, and it helps pair positive consequences with the situation. They get to playfully run away with their owner, they get toys, they get treats and praise, so you actually turn that uncomfortable situation into a really good thing. Andrea and Mia are going to head back out to the trail. We'll meet them there in a minute. Okay, come on, Mia. Bye, Mia. Teaching a dog to turn away from another dog willingly may sound really difficult, but so many dogs can figure this out, and speedily. As soon as they catch on to this exercise, their emotional state and tension almost immediately improves. When you first begin this exercise, you want to start at a far distance from other dogs. When they're further away, they're a lot more likely to be able to stay calm and be responsive to their person than they are when they're too close. Because when they're too close, a lot of times they're so amped up and nervous, it's really difficult to get them back and to get their attention back towards you. So distance is your friend. Only train your dog in areas where people keep their dogs on leash. If possible, start your practice with a familiar dog and progressively move to less familiar canines. When you do this exercise, you want to start in an open area. You want to be able to move away with your dog and, if necessary, to get out of the situation if it gets to be too much for your canine. There are a couple of ways to get your dog to turn away. One of the first ways is to capture this behavior. So when your dog naturally turns away, you mark it with a word or a click and then reward. And the second way is to use a food lure to get the dog to turn away willingly from the other dog as they follow after a smelly treat. You want to get your dog used to following the food lure even before there are other dogs around. As soon as she turns her head, you want to go ahead and click or use a word like yes, and then you want to add in some distance, so you may jog backwards or run in the opposite direction, and as soon as your dog catches up with you, you can go ahead and reward them. You can use treats, toys, praise, anything that your dog absolutely loves. Once the dog starts reliably turning away and you want to add a word into the behavior to be able to get this to happen whenever you need it, you can say the word turn, and as the dog turns their head away, you can use your click or your yes to mark and then reward the behavior. When you first start adding in the cue, what you can do is say the word turn as her head's already moving. And then as you practice, what you want to do is anticipate just as your dog is about to turn and say the word just before. And eventually, we want to start this earlier and earlier so that the word itself can actually elicit the head turn behavior. So just like adding in the word sit to get your dog to sit, we say the word turn to get our dog to willingly turn away. The ideal distance to move away from the other dog as that reward is somewhere between 3 to 15 feet, but it really depends upon you and your dog. Once she's calmed down and finished her treat, you can then move forward to pique her interest in the other dog, or stay where you're at if she's already looking over towards the other dog, and go ahead and begin a new set of this exercise. Only move close enough so the dog has interest but isn't upset. The goal is to be able to decrease distance over time and also to get those bigger head turns, that 90-degree head turn or the full body turn away from the other dog. So once she turns away and her attention is back on you, then you can ask her to do other things. Anything that she really likes. If she likes doing a spin, if she likes doing a high five, a down, anything that she enjoys doing for you. That way her focus is back on you and you're turning this situation into something fun. It's really important to keep your sessions short. Sometimes it's 2 minutes to 5 minutes. Really, 10 minutes is the peak amount of time you want to do this exercise. It's mentally exhausting and physically exhausting for the dog. Now remember, not all dogs are social butterflies. This training isn't going to make your dog want to go play with every other dog that they meet or help them to greet other dogs calmly on leash. Remember, that's a pretty big chore, and not all dogs can or should do that. But what it will do is help you to have less drama when walking past other dogs on leash. Dogs reacting to other dogs on leash is one of the top behavior problems that I work on as a trainer in combination with a veterinarian or veterinary behaviorist. It's really important to not feel ashamed about this. I know a lot of people feel that way, but absolutely don't feel like that. It's really, really common, and it's important to seek help when you need it.